A 52-year-old North Carolina man named Michael Smith was indicted this week and charged with wire fraud and money laundering for uploading hundreds of thousands of AI-generated songs under the names of made-up artists to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, etc., to the tune of $10 million. And,
what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! Good morning and welcome to episode 1540 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, September 6th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/hardfactor. If you need more, today we've got so much foreign influence in U.S. media and government. You can shake a stick at it, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to stay right there. It's a lot of it.
How many old people, or back in the day, I should say, people were shaking sticks at people? You know, like, must have been pretty popular.
Because it was, I think it's like a dog. You know, it's so big you can't shake a stick at it, but like
it's like a threat, right?
Yeah, I think that's where it comes from.
It's hard to not see it as a threat.
Yeah,
we're right.
Yeah. Like, look at this stick. What do you think it came from?
Well, it came from Wes's ancestor. He was the original guy who was like, that pit bull is so big you can't even shake a stick at it. And then that stuck. I think it's
all right. I got it here, guys.
Got it.
This is recorded history since 1818. Lancaster Journal of Pennsylvania. We have in Lancaster as many taverns as you can shake a stick at.
Weird.
Other early examples: Davy Crockett's tour of the North and down east of 1835. This was Temperance House, and there was nothing to treat a friend that was worth shaking a stick at.
Yeah,
right.
I'm with you, Pat. I see those definitions. It seems like the most common one is more than one can shake a stick at, meaning that there's a lot of it, but there is a secondary one where it says it may refer to brandishing a stick as a weapon. And that's the one I think is like.
Yeah, I mean, well, they all work. They all work in this situation. There's more than you could shake a stick at. Foreign influence.
Maybe it doesn't need to like be from something. Just a lot of people had sticks in their hands back in the day, and you start waving. You start pointing at stuff with the stick. Say, look at that all that over there, and then you realize every move you make with this stick, you're pointing at more of the thing because there's so much.
People just used to have pointer sticks. That was like a thing.
Yeah, look at that over there.
Well, usually it also happened. Probably like the coolest guy did it because usually like that's how trend starts. So probably like the coolest guy back in the day just rolled with the stick.
I got my walking stick and my pointing stick.
Look at Dennis. He's shaking his stick.
I got a stick for the episode.
He's so cool.
Oh, what is that? Is that a tube? Is that your stick?
For a vacuum?
It was it's like one of those to hang clothes in a closet rod.
Oh.
That I took an Adderall and bought the wrong size of, and then never returned it.
I was going to guess hamster tube. So
I got another one in here.
Tell you who was cool as Flynn. In like Flynn, I got.
I mean, had to be cool. Pat is on deck. Ooh.
Unreal.
What do you got? What are you bringing to the show besides the stick today?
The stick? I got more story than you could shake a stick at, Will.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How big we talking?
10,000 worth of things. Some guy figured out how to game Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube to the tune of 10 Christina Milians. And this guy's a fucking genius. And this story is going to probably open your eyes. It opened my eyes personally as someone who's worked in the music industry about how bots work. Anyway, we're going to get into it. He's been arrested.
Yeah. Oh, he's been arrested. It's fraud?
Mm-hmm. Oh, big time wire fraud.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well,
get my power
then Mark is closing the show.
Yep. I got a guy who's trying to get in like Flynn and a guy who's out like Scout. Don't know.
Out like Trout.
Don't know. Where's the trout? Yeah. You got it. What do you got? Drill there?
He's got the
little early morning radio gag.
Yeah, Leonard Shields in the chat. He says, "Good morning, guys.
Beeve and the boys coming at you live this morning. Traffic is a bad."
Speaking of Speaking of morning DJ talk, have you guys tried gator wine? You
What?
You mix Gatorade and wine. I read about it when I was flying to Vegas.
You doing that right now on the show?
Well, I just one glass.
Is it good?
It starts that way, Will.
It's not bad. Gator wine.
Never done it. I'm a big
Stay
Calamucho guy. That's one of my favorite drinks, Coca-Cola and wine. So maybe I'll try Gator wine.
Yeah. Well, it's like a Yandex Light. Remember the Yandex that had that was Kirkland performance drink with vodka.
Right.
It's light. Gator wine. You know, people are catching on slowly.
Might try some Gator wine tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Have a glass of Gator wine and you'll be feeling fine.
It's kind of great. I think it was just a Gatorade person came up with they nailed it. They nailed the market.
Gatorade said, we're not moving enough units.
Right. We got to get.
Gatorade said, we're not moving enough units.
Right. We got to get the alcoholics involved.
It's the Red Bull Jägermeister, Red Bull vodka situation.
Yeah.
It's still summertime. Not cold yet. It's going to be a hot one.
Gator wine.
That was weather from Mark. Will, why don't you tell us about Russian disinformation?
Yeah, sure. Foreign influence, right? It's official. Just when you thought that Russia or China or whoever other nation wants to influence our politics was done, actually, no, they're not. They're still doing it all the time, constantly, in fact. And there's plenty of examples in today's news to talk about it. First up, Tenet Media, a Tennessee-based company you have never heard of by design, has been accused by the DOJ of funneling almost 10 million American dollars. I don't know how much that is in rubles, but
A lot.
10 million
calculation
US
for you.
A lot.
Yeah, of Russian money and talking points from Russian state media company RT directly to 3 gigantic influencers, among others, who are heavily featured on Twitter. They are Benny Johnson. In the picture I'm showing you, he's the guy with the glasses. Tim Pool, he's the guy with the beanie. Almost always, I think. Does he ever? I don't know if he ever takes it off. And then Dave Rubin, he's the guy with the beard in there.
Heard
So-
of Ruben.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I mean, you always see tweets from the other ones.
Was Tim Pool the Twitter Files guy, maybe, or am I getting him confused with someone else? What?
I don't know if any of them worked on the Twitter Files, but these dudes are all working for Tenet Media or getting paid by Tenet Media.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about. By the way, it's 882,500,300 rubles.
Whoa.
Rubles. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a lot of rubles they paid these dudes.
It's
Of
more
the
you can
9
shake a
point-
stick at.
Yeah, it is. You couldn't shake a stick at all those rubles. Of the 9.7 million American dollars total, the DOJ claims that 8.7 million of it was funneled to those 3 influencers in particular in a way that the influencers would hopefully not find out where the money was coming from. And they didn't, allegedly, right? Like,
Their first step was don't give them rubles.
This is what I'm confused
you're
about.
collecting millions and millions. There's all of a sudden some Russians around, but they allegedly never found out where the
Right.
source
So
of
why
money
did they think? What did they think they were getting paid for? Obviously, they probably have pretty large social followings, but not to the point where they should be getting paid $1 million to like just kind of like do their thing, right? Like,
Yeah,
think
they
they have
describe
huge
it's like a
social-
content creators deal, you know.
Huge
What a
social
deal, though.
followings. Well, here's what's
They
weird,
do.
right?
They have big followings, yeah. So
I hadn't heard much about Tim Pool. I know that he's like a right wing. I mean, whatever. Like he's right wing commentator. All these videos started coming out of him saying like some just obviously very pro Russia shit, like insanely pro Russia. If he didn't know like that he was doing that, then these Russians paid
Pat,
for some
he
shit
now
they
claims
didn't need to pay for.
he claims he knows nothing about it and that Putin sucks donkey balls. Was I think
Now
his official
Putin sucks.
statement.
Okay.
he's. I don't know
Right.
if he's had this, but he updated his profile pic to have a Ukraine flag.
Did he really? No way, dude. He called Ukraine
Shut the fuck
evil
up. No.
in some of the videos that I saw, dude.
He's going all above and beyond to try to get out of this.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, these dudes are probably also scared that they're going to be implicated somehow, in the investigation.
Right.
The 2 people that are very implicated, Tenet founders Lauren Chen and husband Liam Donovan, they're now charged with not registering as foreign agents, and so they're the first 2 to catch charges. 2 RT employees, Kostintanya. I'm never going to be able to say these Russian names. Konstantin Kalishnikov and Elena Afanzaeva allegedly even posed, nailed it, as editors. And were inside, like they were the two that were like editing most of the content. They were even posting it.
Hi.
So
Here's a copy.
Everyone gets Russian doll.
Right. So
another doll inside.
The editing and posting team drives a lot of like the tone of the content, and they're providing like talking points from RT as they're getting these checks. And so it's just like
as
it's
all
kind
news agencies go. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not sure I buy that nobody had any idea that this influx of money could have possibly been Russian when all of this like Russian shit started popping up around them when the money came in.
Right. I read the indictment, and one of the examples they gave was the Russians emailed Tenet Media and said, hey, can we have someone say Ukraine's evil? And they responded back, yep, we'll have someone cover it. Like essentially they were handing the story out.
Right.
Yep,
right.
check cleared.
Even on Tenet Media is like a YouTube about, they're like, we cover Western news. It's like, what is that? I mean, it kind of implies. So the found, like, you know, that they're not Western themselves. The founders of Tenet definitely fucked. I mean, I don't know who else, like, I don't know how bad it gets for Poole, Johnson, and Rubin in the whole thing. I mean, the DOJ is already saying, like, in their findings that they thought there was enough to believe that they wouldn't have known. But
I personally, we said this when we started doing this show, like once we started seeing the media landscape, that once you get in it and you see what works and you see guys doing the same thing that you're doing but saying crazy shit, and you realize, oh, if you go full right, if you are riding that right, you can get
one
very
agenda.
Rich.
It doesn't matter which agenda you follow, as long as you follow it and stick to the talking points. Yeah, there's a lot of money to be had.
Not follow one of them, and that's our bad. But I mean, for $10 million, I would say whatever Russia wanted me to.
Right, but like on that same note, you also know these guys aren't. They're not idiots.
You'll find out immediately when we're paid off.
Almost anyone that's successful in media knows what they're doing, right? Like if my nailed it bit started taking off, I'd be the nailed it guy. You know what I mean? And I'd lean hard into it.
Like Zangief.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we're sending way too much money to Ukraine, guys.
Yeah. I mean, the talking points you might be able to tell with us. We're not the most subtle, but we would take the money probably. On the other side of the fence, Hunter Biden has pleaded guilty to all 9 counts of tax fraud against him. Some people are saying it's a shocking move. I don't know.
Put that picture back up. That looks like I misplaced the Coke bag again.
Yeah,
he's looking down.
Except
it's not my pocket. Oh no,
it's the same feeling, except this time I think it's just like, I'm going to cop to these charges, and I really hate that.
That's a different face, Mark. I think you're missing it. That's a man looking down and wishing he was looking at a bag of cocaine.
Yeah,
right. Instead, I'm in court pleading guilty.
But he's so far from that. He's so far from that, which is where he wants to be.
Right.
In fact, where he's going is taking him further away from his access to cocaine, which is
such a 180 from the threesome with the Pokemon characters.
Right. So what did he do? He didn't pay taxes on like
evaded 1.4 million in taxes from 2016 to 2019, leading me to believe that maybe the Ukrainians don't pay as well as the Russians, right? Because he'd have a bigger tax bill if he was getting that Tim Pool money. And this adds a potential 17 years to Honeybee's already up to 25 years pending on his gun case conviction, which, the gun sentencing is on November 13th. The taxes sentencing is on December 13th. And the potential, even though denied, potential presidential pardon in 136 days from now on January 20th is Dad's last day in office.
So Todd Chrisley, who is loving jail, by the way, he is loving it.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
He's never been happier.
Yeah,
is doing 12 years, right?
So much attention
for tax fraud. I bet Hunter will do 5. Yeah.
I don't think Hunter's going to jail, bro. Like what?
Oh yeah.
Why?
He'll do some time.
Even though his dad says he's not going to pardon him, why wouldn't he do it on his last day in office?
Because it would look bad. I think it would tarnish his reputation. I don't think he'll do it. I don't think he'll pardon.
I think they're probably going to get a lot of honest like feedback on how long he would do before he gets sentenced, like the
Right.
best advice, and depending on that is whether Biden would
5 years.
would
But can we be frank? Independent of the charges, like I know the gun case was like pretty controversial. The tax not so much.
He's
Independent of
not gonna
charges.
get that. That's his maximum sentence.
No, I don't know, but
he might get just
42
he might just get like 5 years
Right.
probation.
But what I'm saying is, independent of these particular charges that he's facing time for, the man owes a restitution in some way, shape, or form, right? Like Hunter essentially
he's
was
done a lot
off
of
the
bad
rails for 35 years, and I think
Right.
he would do great in jail as a leader. Like he would, if you put him in the right program in there, he could make a difference.
He could train some people. Yeah.
Yeah.
How to
Well,
be better
speaking of
criminals.
house arrest, did you see that scam artist that they did the show about, the lady who pretended she was like Russian or whatever, that got in with all the A-list celebrities and went to NYU, that Anna, whatever her name is?
Yeah.
She just got announced to Dancing with the Stars, and she'll be dancing with an ankle bracelet because she's still on.
Come on, dude.
No, I'm not kidding.
She's going to
The
be on
woman
dance. She's a spy.
She's going to be on Dancing
No,
with the
no,
Stars
no,
with
no,
an ankle
no,
bracelet.
no. She's the con lady that Julia
con.
Garner played,
Right. That
who
lady.
pretended to
Okay.
be an heiress,
Yeah.
and then like made everyone pay for her trip, and then like
Pretty ridiculous. Dancing with
she
the Stars.
took a friend to Morocco and stayed in the most expensive hotel in the
Yes.
world, and then
She was
like,
friends
"Oh,
I
I
she
don't
was
have
friends
my
with all the
card."
A-listers, like the girls, Paris Hilton and all those people and stuff, and they were like, yeah, they thought she was the shit. Now she has a podcast that Whitney Cummings and people are doing, and she's famous again, and she's at home on house arrest, but they're letting her do Dancing with the Stars. This is huge for Hunter because he's probably going to get a bracelet, and maybe he can be on.
Yeah, he'll be.
But that woman is fucking dangerous. Like when you're that
telling
fucked
you,
up,
Hunter
America
Biden,
loves her,
not going
Pat.
okay.
I'm just saying, dude. Hunter Biden's not going to prison for 5 years. This is not. It's not happening.
Yes,
However it shakes out.
3.
No chance.
He'll do some time.
No chance.
I bet he does. Mr. Chrisley.
No way over a year in prison.
We have good news. The parole board has granted your release.
No.
Oh no, I'm not done. I think I got more rehabilitation to do.
I just think if I'm Joe and I'm that old and I'm on my last day, anything over a year, I'm part of it.
Let's put 50 on it. I say no. You think he's going
You
to do
say
it?
he's going to go over a year in prison.
We'll put
He
a
has to
nice
actually
dinner on
serve
it.
the time.
Let's put a nice
Yeah,
dinner
right.
on it. Okay.
Yes.
No, it's pardon or not. Pardon or not. I'm saying Joe, not pardon.
Oh, pardon or
Oh.
not? Nah, that's
Funny
less.
who
Okay,
wants
I'll do time. I'll do time.
time.
I'll do time. He's got to do at least. He'll do
If he
at
does
least
a
6
year,
months.
If you
Okay.
What
So
about
I'll
a
do a
year?
year.
What about years? A year's
What about the
a
sentence?
year's a tie. A year's like a split. Over a year.
years
Over a year,
wash.
Pat wins. Under a year, Will wins. Years.
All right, cool.
But wash.
$50 cash or a nice dinner next time we're
A
together.
nice dinner when we come to Chicago.
Nice.
Deal.
Okay. Or wherever we meet up next. Okay. That's it. That's it on Honeybee. Last one. The last potential. Well, this one's it's potential, but it's definite. Foreign influence. The FBI raided the homes of 2 more Mayor Eric Adams' staff this week. Both of them deputy mayors of some sort. And the raid was
mayors are there.
like $1 billion. I
Give
have
those
no
jobs
idea.
out. Yeah.
I didn't know there was more than one, but there's like a trillion of them. And the raid was almost certainly tied to the ongoing investigation that Mayor Adams took money from Turkey in exchange for official favors, all those construction projects we talked about around that. So, you could say a pretty healthy amount of foreign influence out there right now.
Yeah.
USA. Cannot wait for the debates next week. It's going to be a shit show.
I'm available, Russia.
Have a
Senator
few laughs.
Goldbars.
Yeah.
Do you think these guys are getting educated on this shit? I mean, like obviously, anyone that's in these positions is pretty smart. They know that they're doing some shit illegal, right? But like, I know there's some politicians that like aren't sure probably as well. Like in other situations, like you gotta get educated. There's gotta be a class. Like when
I think
NFL
it's
players have to go see like a financial advisor when they get in the league.
Yeah, but power corrupts, like it's just like they're in this position to be able to take this shit, to be able to vote a certain way, and they just do it.
Yeah. Fuck that.
I mean, it just happens.
You're not
And then
taking the
media,
meeting with the guy with the briefcase, Pat.
yeah, and the media, the same thing. I mean, look at Mark. Mark's trying to sell himself to the Kremlin right now on air. So I mean, like, it's like
It's out there.
There was one. There was one scheme. There was one scheme I was almost involved in that was like really questionable, but it was like an offer to produce anti-Trump content right when Trump was elected and the budget was big, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and I didn't do it. But retrospectively, it had to be one of these Russia things. Like it had to be.
Well, look, Russia's clearly
a lot
Russia and China are so good at it. I bet we probably do the same thing
We do. That's why they fuck
and
with us.
infiltrate
We're-
Yandex and
we're
all their
fucking with them.
stuff.
Oh, we're fucking with them
We're
hard,
doing-
and they're
we're all the
fucking
time
back
doing
with us.
it, but
Yeah.
we just don't see it because we're not citizens over there. But being
Right.
citizens of the U.S. and being on Twitter and being on Instagram and stuff, like Russia and China are good at it. They're good.
Well, yeah,
They're
I
good.
bet we are too. I bet
we
it
are
would
too,
be
yeah.
exhausting living over there with all of our shit that we're pumping.
Of course.
But it's exhausting over here because we got 2-on-1. We're
Right.
2-on-1. And then and we got all this.
Yeah, you think
They're
you
hungry,
Think, you think
though.
England's pulling their weight in this bullshit? It's just us.
No.
2-on-1.
They're hungry over there, dude. South Korean hackers are some of the best fucking hackers on the planet because it's literally how they eat.
You think polite Canadians are getting in on this over there? No. It's us. It's us versus a couple of them.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then we're doing it to everybody. So I'm sure everybody's trying to get in on it, in on the fun, you know?
I'd take that job too. Hire me to infiltrate them. Come on.
Yeah. Come on.
Mark's an agent of propaganda.
That's
He's
right.
a clever guy. Put him out there.
Got
Mark,
so
you got to
much
stop
time.
insulting these people into
Well, look,
adopting the idea.
I'm giving them some ammo. I'm showing them what I can do. It's an audition.
That's true.
I think they've looked at us and we've probably failed the test. We're like they would fuck this up.
Yeah,
They
these
could not
guys
do
are they're middling agents.
He's good, but he said too many mean things about us.
He's so mean, guys. Check out these headphones. Check out this headset. Yeah, bro.
Beautiful.
You know this is Turtle Beach, man. The number one brand in gaming headsets and accessories. This is their new Gen 3 Stealth 600. Okay. The sound is crystal clear. And if you're gaming, especially if you're playing, I don't know, a shooter like COD, you know you need to hear it. Did that grenade drop behind me? And sometimes you miss it, but not when you're wearing a Turtle Beach headset. You hear every footstep, every reload, every sneaking up on you, like they're stomping through your living room in tap dance shoes. Your mom can forget about calling you for dinner because you're not going to hear. You're going to be totally immersed in the game, and they're insanely comfortable.
Yeah, she better join the game if she wants to get your attention.
Yeah,
Right.
she's going to have to tap your shoulder.
Pick up a headset, Mom.
Yeah.
To get you to dinner. It's like you're wearing a marshmallow cloud on your head. And also, if you're a glasses wearer like me, I game in my glasses because usually it's at the end of the night when my contacts have worn out. These things fit perfectly with glasses. It works for PlayStation, PC, Xbox, cross compatibility, Bluetooth, one headset for all your systems. It's absolutely insane. Whether you're a casual gamer or haven't touched grass in weeks, Turtle Beach is the right headset for you. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their entire order when you use code HARDFACTOR at turtlebeach.com. That's 10% off your entire order when you use promo code HARDFACTOR at turtlebeach.com. Yeah. Oh, and the battery life is like nutso, which as a guy with a ton of devices, I'm always chasing a cord or a cable for power, but not with these TBs, not with the Turtle Beachers. So live internet comment from Tiller. Can't hear the baby crying at all. And
Locks
he's right.
out.
Another plus.
Locks
right.
it out. Sometimes
Did
you
you
need a
hear-
break.
A lot of times you get a text. Can you hear me? Yeah, when your Turtle Beaches are, expect a lot of texts like that.
Yeah.
Nah, babe. Turtle Beach time.
The answer is no. All right, guys. I've been on a bit of a new music drought recently. So over the last couple months, I made an effort to discover some new artists. And I made a list of some of my new faves. Let me know if you guys have heard of any of these guys. Mark, maybe you have. Will, I know mostly trucker
No.
music is your
No, based on the
thing, but-
festival.
If it's trucker
based on
music,
the festivals, no.
maybe.
Trucker music. Yeah,
Okay.
Will
All right,
Will
well-
Will drop that gem on us at a bachelor party. He's like started playing some weird music. Like we're like, what's your
guys
deal? He's
love
like,
the
you guys
trucker
don't like
music.
trucker music?
Will
I'm like,
used to have great taste in
No.
music.
Bat dubbed my music trucker music. I've accepted it.
I don't know what
I've
happened to him.
accepted it.
didn't even know that was a genre.
If it's trucker music, I might be able to tell.
Shit
Um,
rock.
All right, here's a list of just some of my new faves. Okay, Calliope Boom, Calliope Irritum, Callous Humane, Callous Post, Callousness, Calm Baseball, Calm Connected. Those guys are great. Calm Force, Calm Identity, Calm Innovation, Calm Knuckles. Pretty innovative metal
Why are
band.
they all
Calm
the
Market.
same?
Hold on, I'm not done.
Saying calm or calm?
Calm, CALM. Calm the Super, Calm the Super, Calm Weary, Calms Scorching, that's with an S at the end, Calorie Event, they're great, Calorie Screams, Calvin Man, that's two N's, Calvinistic Dust, they're pretty cool, they're like like other Christian band actually. Calypso Zord, Calmus Deason, Calamaxi Minerva, Cabinist Cagelings.
You don't like any of these bands? What are these AI bands? What is this?
And Camel Edible. You guys heard any of those?
No, just the first one. I think I've heard of one of the Calliopes, but
you heard? No, you did not hear Calliope. You remember Calliope Musicals, band from Austin, Texas, with a similar name.
That's
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so these are like close to other band names?
This is AI.
No, these are all just new bands. I'm way into.
No.
No?
All those.
All right, come on. These guys are writing bangers, guys. You haven't heard like the song Zygotes or Zygotic? That's Zymes. What about Zemo Fight? Did you ever hear that one?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, these are fake bands, and those are fake songs. They did, however, receive royalties. All those bands to the tune of $10 million. And,
what?
Yeah. Those
what in the tin pool?
No, the guy that collected that $10 million check and was behind all those bands is a 52-year-old North Carolina man named Michael Smith, who was indicted this week and charged with wire fraud and money laundering for uploading hundreds of thousands of AI-generated songs under the names of made-up artists to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, etc.
He wasn't even that creative. He kept going with the calm. Like, why doesn't he choose different names?
I think he's having...
Mark, I think you're keying in on something.
Yeah.
Why do you think he didn't choose different names?
I don't know.
Because he ran out of fucking names, dude. That's how many goddamn songs and bands he uploaded.
You can even ask AI to come up with band names.
Yeah,
come up with infinity.
Yeah, give me ones that I haven't used before.
Yeah.
No calm.
Guys, it's really coming from two guys who haven't had to pick a band name in a long time.
Okay,
it's hard for
1,000 names right now.
Okay, but here's what you'd have to cross-reference that don't already exist on Spotify, Apple Music. It's not easy. It's not easy whatsoever. But Michael Smith did it. Okay, guys. Now, Michael Smith is a musician himself.
Here's a band name he should have used. Where's the Trout?
Where's the Trout? Great band name. A little long.
How is that?
But that's okay. String cheese in it was 3 words too. Michael Smith was a musician. Some would call him a failure of a musician. And he got real frustrated. If you're still making music in your 50s and you're not a millionaire, give it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Michael didn't.
Yeah, out of spite, he did this.
He figured out how to do it, guys. So Michael is really smart. He created thousands and thousands of bot accounts on all the streaming platforms. And then he had the bots stream his AI generated songs billions and billions of times. Now, Michael's real smart. I'll tell you why. You can sign up for a free Spotify account or a paid Spotify account. And if you've ever seen a royalty statement from Spotify, it'll tell you whether the stream came from a paid account or a free account because the royalty is different. And Michael had thousands of family accounts, all streaming his made-up songs, tens of thousands of them. And according to a press release from the DOJ, at a certain point in the charge time period, which began in 2017, Michael estimated that he could use the bot accounts to generate approximately 661,000 streams per day, which would yield annual royalties of 1.2 Christina millions.
What did you do wrong?
Damn.
What's wrong with this?
Okay, so it's not legal in all of the terms of service of all of these streaming platforms to upload AI-generated music, or if you do, those songs cannot generate royalties. See, there's a pool. It all goes into a pool. So if you are AI songs, you're stealing from actual artists.
Got it. It's a
Okay,
pool.
so that's why, because I've seen.
I was like, why would it matter if it's per? Yeah, per.
Right. I've seen people say like, upload your own music and listen to it, and you'll get the royalties from it.
That is true. You will. These are okay. The
list of band names.
Wild Orchids. That's a band name. Glass Crowns, probably already a band name. Funeral Wolves. Okay.
The Electric Tide.
You're telling me Iron Vibes isn't a band name? Velvet Echo. Come on. Anyway, look, Mark. Sure, cool. You came up with 20.
No, 100.
Okay, whatever.
In 30 seconds.
Wait, dude, what are you? The guy made $10 million.
No, he's lazy, is what I'm saying. He went with calm 15 times. He got caught because he's
about lazy, but
he's not fucking lazy.
Wow.
He's smart as shit. So he bought fake email addresses from foreign overseas I guess bot farms, right? And then he wrote code and then would sign each one of these accounts into a they would run it through a different VPN. So it looked like it was all coming from different accounts.
That's not lazy.
Yeah. He
tried to cover his bases.
Oh, big time. And he got accused, man. These guys were on to him, and he denied it vehemently. Back in December 26, 2018.
Never heard of ComCom?
He emailed 2 co-conspirators and said, quote, "We need to get a ton of songs fast to make this work around the anti-fraud policies these guys are using now." And one issue that he ran into, which is why the band names I read all started with a C, was because there were just so many. So he had to he would just run it down alphabetically, probably have AI generate it. And one of the guys, the AI companies that was generating the music, he wrote this note: "Keep in mind what we're doing here. This is not music. It's instant music. Don't make it perfect, guys. We just need to get it out." And he essentially set up a record label.
Trucker rock style.
Which is all trucker music, guys. He was paying the AI music company a 15% royalty. And I guess he got a bunch of complaints. There were multiple reports of streaming abuse from different stores, and they were going to take his music down. And he fought it. He said to one of them at one point, quote, "I need to see some proof as to how and why you are claiming I had artificial streams. You're slandering me and my distributors, claiming I have had fraudulent streams. However, you provided no proof to this claim. You provided me no chance to defend myself. And you withheld money that is owed to me."
Did he have AI generated images of bands? That would be incredible. One for
Dude,
each.
it's all been pulled down. I couldn't find any, but they must have, because you can't just upload the shit with.
They all look very similar.
Yeah,
he went to great lengths to spread it out.
Him thinking it was legitimate was his. He should have known, all right, what I am doing is against the terms of service. So, he should have kept that in the back of his mind. It sounded like he was just planning to tape his feet to the bicycle pedals.
He knew, Will. So he tested the process. He tested the process, figured out it worked, and then as far back as 2018, they started accusing him, and he was denying it. So right then, he knew I shouldn't be doing this.
He was fucked, basically.
Yeah,
damn, he's been on this for a while. So what are they getting him with?
20 years. He's facing 20 years for conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, and a couple other charges.
Bet you 50 he doesn't do more than 5.
Yeah. All right.
That's actually a pretty good over-under.
But dude, what's crazy to me is you hear about bots in the music industry, but it's hard to prove. But a lot of people are going to be taking their bot farms offline tomorrow. Legitimate artists. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, 20 years is.
This guy blew it for the people that weren't as greedy as him, that just have 4 bands up.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, dude.
It was just there was their single income.
Fuck.
No, dude. I mean, if you got just a little, if you were just doing it a little bit, you could make an extra $20,000 a year.
Yeah.
Or you could get a gold record, which then you could use.
No, they have those.
Market.
They have those. I saw an Instagram video. They were just load your own music to Instagram and then play it on repeat, and you'll get the royalties.
You can do that. Damn. That is legal, but that's just gonna be.
Who was listening to these? I might have missed that part. But how was he getting the streams to play? Just people randomly stumbled upon them, or
no? It was all bots. So he bought thousands.
Yeah.
So he set up thousands and thousands and thousands of accounts on Spotify.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's really
crazy, man.
Really pretty good. Lots of ways to make money on AI. Not all of them legal, as you can tell.
Yeah, man.
True.
Some of them don't have regulations yet, though. So.
Yeah, that one did. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that one did. All right. You guys want to hear about a couple dudes doing some stuff?
Yeah, big time. Love guys getting out there.
Dude stuff.
Nailed it. We're about what 60? Yeah, give me this. Start off the segment, Pat. Thank you. We're about 60 days, 61 days, something like that, away from the big election, and the mud is a slinging. Mark Robinson, you ever heard of this guy?
Yeah, I've heard of him. I've seen pictures, heard of him.
You're gonna never forget him after today.
Okay.
Robinson is the current lieutenant governor of North Carolina and the current Republican candidate for governor. So gubernatorial, Pat, one of your favorite words.
Oh, I love that word.
He's moving up in the political world, but he wasn't always wearing a suit or shaking hands with locals. Allegedly, he also likes to shake his own hand.
Oh, he's a big masturbation guy.
Big masturbation guy, Will.
Okay.
Shaking my hand over here.
What's that?
So am I. So I'm listening. Yeah. I like him so far.
All right.
Yeah. Politics aside, I like him.
Yeah, this is not a good start, right? Now, Robinson, who in the past is called the Holocaust hogwash and said the Marvel movie Black Panther was created by an agnostic Jew and put to film by satanic Marxists to pull the shekels out of black people's pockets.
Yeah, that's how you get the white vote as a black politician. You say things like that. He's in a deep South state.
He's also really apparently into porn, and the latter I can relate to. Okay, so that's fine. He's allegedly really into porn, though. A former employee.
How into it?
A former employee at a 24-hour porn video shop in Greensboro, North Carolina, claims Robinson used to come into the porn shop at night, all 5 nights of the week, a lot of times.
No way.
To jerk off in a private booth in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Oh,
so much so they probably called it the Robinson booth.
Yeah.
Is my favorite table available?
You're regular?
Yes, right this way, sir.
Yeah.
okay. So I mean, he's really just using a service that exists, but
he was.
So
Wow.
okay, so wait, what time period was this?
Like 95 to 2003, 96, 2003, around a while.
Okay, so this is
It
back
wasn't
when
like it was a while.
you couldn't stream internet pornorography. Yeah.
But you know what he needs to do? He needs to spin this and then be the champion of Wes's Shack.
He would be into Wes's Shack.
Love it.
Is this guy married? Does he have a family?
Yeah.
Yes, he did, but he wasn't cheating, Pat. He was just jerking it in a porn shop.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking what excuse was he given to get?
Well, this was like his go to a bar
league.
No, this is his. He's like, I got to go to a bar
Stress
for a
relief.
round. Got to go to a bar for a round after a long day's work. Except his.
He's like, at least I'm not getting a rub and tug. I'm just going to go rub one out myself at the porn store.
He just cut loose after work.
At his 8-year-old son's birthday bowling party, he had some explaining to do when he was throwing gutter balls every time he got up there. Honey, you've been in a bowling league 5 nights a week for years.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like you gotten any better.
No, we're terrible. We don't win much.
Well, who violated the porn purveyor, masturbator confidentiality?
Lewis Money. Lewis Money's the former porn shop employee, which is a hilarious name. I hope he wore a name tag.
Lewis Money.
Yeah,
it's a violation, man.
That's a huge violation. I mean, it's got to be a no-no in that industry, right? Like,
yeah, he's not in it anymore. He's former. Lewis Money said that, quote, every night that I worked, which would have been 5 nights a week, I saw Mark. He was spending a good amount of money. And then Money went on to say that Robinson previewed at least 2 tapes a night at $8 per video, because you could either buy a video for $50 or just nut in our store in the back for $8 a pop.
Yeah, $16 a pop.
$16 a night, and he would jack off twice.
Dude, I got to tell you, I feel sheepish going into my coffee shop every day, just because like I'm in there every day, and I'm like, you got to say hi, you like fake get to know them, and like you know, sometimes I don't go to I go to different coffee shops. Like, I still want to see the same people. And
well, Mark's a people person.
Couldn't imagine a porn store every day. Like, no shame.
You're about to hear how comfortable he was in this porn shop. It's not quite the same as you in the coffee shop, Pat. Now and I would say, like,
relax a little bit in here.
Yeah, he was relaxed. I would say,
it's me again.
Yeah,
I'm sitting in a robe.
Yeah. By the way, it's going to be 2 videos, right? And I would say, listen, one former porn employee named Lewis Money. This could be as false as it is hilarious, but apparently 5 other customers and employees confirmed that Robinson was frequently attending Gents, the 24-hour porn store. Some guy even claimed that Robinson would, quote, bring in pizza for the fellas. So he'd show up with pizza for everyone.
Oh.
He's like a 13-year-old.
Jack off, guys. It's awesome.
Yeah,
let's order some pizza and take turns jerking off.
It's like a cop grade. Yeah.
It's like a cop in a donut shop. Like, you stop by on your shift every night. It's where it was his hangout.
He's like a mushroom-powered AI bot.
Dude, I would love to have heard the tapes of the journalist calling around to verify this. So, hello. This is so-and-so. Were you at Gents in the 90s often?
Oh, yeah. Everybody was at Gents.
This is about
Who is
Mark
this?
was there every night.
Yeah. I'm calling to verify that there was a very horny customer.
Now, Robinson's campaign has obviously denied this because you can't admit this one right before the election. But in the past, Robinson, who declared bankruptcy 3 times between 1998 and 2003, which was the same alleged time period.
Well, we know why.
He had a problem.
Well, yeah, he recently admitted to spending lots of money stupidly during that time.
Wait, how many years was it? Let's do a calculation.
Plus a pizza?
He's doing
it's $16 per pop and like at least 30 for the 2 pizzas he's bringing the boys. That's like $50 a night.
Okay, $50 a night times 5 because he's 5 nights a week.
$250 a week, 4.5 weeks in a month. It's over 1,000.
13 grand a year. How many years?
Like 5-ish, 6.
Okay,
100 grand.
65, 70 grand.
He was there a lot.
That's a big hole to dig out of, man. That's probably what he's making a year. You can't be, yeah.
Right. He wasn't lieutenant governor back then. I don't know. He didn't say outright that he was spending 16 a night plus the 30 on pizzas, but it sounds like it's a possibility.
Oh, it adds up.
And to me, this makes the guy who said he longs to go back to a time where women can't vote more likable. I think he should.
He did not say that. Come on, dude.
He's got some quotes.
Come on, man.
While he's jerking off to women in the porn store.
Dude, how the fuck can you be saying shit like that if you went to a porn store 5 nights a week for 6 years straight? Like, people are gonna sell you out, dude.
Yeah. Hates women, loves them at the same time. Anyways, he should lean into it, I think. I got another guy for you to end the week. I'd like to discuss with you. Football is back officially. The NFL kicked off with the Ravens at Kansas City Thursday night. Brazil Friday night for the Eagles game versus some team. Who cares? And the Washington Commanders play on Sunday. Sans VP of Content, Rael and Teen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rael's gone. Did he get fired or suspended?
He got fired. He got suspended, then fired within 24 hours. He had a little content of his own recently, the VP of Content. You guys saw this, I'm sure. Rael he was suspended on Wednesday, fired on Thursday because earlier in the week, it came out that he matched with an undercover journalist from James O'Keefe's O'Keefe Media Group on Hinge, who secretly recorded him on their date and got him to say some pretty crazy shit about the NFL.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, this really pissed me off when I figured out what it was. It really pissed me off. This guy James O'Keefe, he calls them the citizen swipers, and you can go on his website and sign up for it. He's looking for, quote, citizen journalists that want to get on Hinge and then target folks and then wear undercover cameras and record them without their knowledge.
Yeah, it's got a real Babe Bennett from Mr. Deeds vibe with the sleazy. It's
about as sleazy as you get.
Yeah.
It's tabloid journalism, and he uses young women undercover to do it. He basically just finds out, who's a lush and will spill the beans at any given office where he wants to find dirt on it, and then he will target that person and get them to do what this dude did, Rael did, which was say a lot of repugnant shit while he was being filmed.
Did. O'Keefe released a 10-minute cut down of him to camera, then splicing back to what Rael said. And Rael told the, I'm assuming, incredibly attractive journalist for O'Keefe Media, because otherwise, why is he saying all this stuff on a first or second date?
Part of the job description.
Half of the players in the Commanders are white Christians and are homophobic because God fucking hates gays, and the other half are black guys that grew up in poor and inherently very homophobic environments, making the entire team a bunch of homophobes on the Commanders.
He offended the entire country. Mexicans in one foul swoop.
He also said that the average NFL fan is high school educated at best. And then when by the way, this journalist,
there you got him. He got everybody. There you go.
This journalist, he continues. This journalist who was like, this guy's Rael's an idiot. He's so into himself that, like, I watched the video. She's just clearly asking him leading questions about his job. She's like, and what about the fans? Are they stupid? Are
weird.
The fans are stupid, right? What about the players? Are they like? She was just asking him like just the most leading obvious questions while wearing like sunglasses with a video camera on them. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it definitely. So it was it was a lapel camera. So she must not be buxom because his eyes would be darting down there quite a bit. But they went on 2 dates, and you're right. It sounded like a fucking interview.
I can't believe he didn't figure it out when I watched the video today. I was like, she's obviously asking him interview style leading.
Well,
questions.
but it's such a. That's why it's so gross, because it's such a vibe. You would never fucking expect. You match with someone on Hinge and you go on a date. You talk.
These questions are weird.
You talk some inside baseball shit. You shouldn't be talking about your job and
he
whatever.
also just seems like a idiot kind of though.
Yeah. And then when she asked him, she's like, "So you're saying all the NFL fans are stupid?" And he's like, "Well, I don't want to go that far. Let's just call them mouth breathers, alcoholics that are violent." And then he said Jerry Jones certainly hates blacks and gays, and that Goodell's a loser and a puppet. Just took a swing at everyone: the players, the fans, the owners.
And he said the DEI is performative.
Performative.
The Jerry Jones thing is the most interesting. That Jerry Jones really runs the league. That's fucking really interesting.
Well, we all kind of knew that. I mean, the owners run the league. I agree with the Goodell's a puppet but $50 million a year. Again, Russia.
It's just I don't like
boy.
James O'Keefe put it in context. At least it seemed like we went after these guys because the Commanders have been embroiled in controversy with the Dan Snyder thing or whatever. But like ultimately, like
this guy was from the Snyder era too.
He's following up on it. Like he's got other tweets saying, look, he's taking his profile to private. His personal website's been removed. His LinkedIn's gone. It's like,
obviously.
Dude, what the fuck, man?
Now he's figured it out. He couldn't tell with the 30 leading questions before that.
Right.
He pillow talked on like a dinner date.
Yeah. He thought he was just talking shit at a date, and then the guy.
So is everyone in the NFL dumb? Well, I mean, I don't know. No, please tell me. Okay, right.
I mean, dude, this is on par. This is on par with pedo beatdowns.
He did seem like a big dummy though. Like when he
was so into himself that he couldn't
tell me how bad they are. Yeah,
he didn't ask her a single question. Like he's just he's an idiot. I mean, obviously this is sleazy as fuck and shady as fuck.
It was,
but he's also a moron.
Right, he was the easy target.
Yeah, he's fine. Football's back. We're out of here. We love you all. Enjoy the weekend. We'll talk to you on the flip side. Have a great fucking weekend.